What's going on, YouTube? A few things about this here G3 Plus by Nuu Mobile. This phone has been out for a little bit over a year and it's still getting buzz. I mean, I done seen so many tweets, reviews, just first impressions in the last few months about this device right here. It's running Android 8 Oreo, 5.7 HD display, 2.39 gigahertz octa-core CPU. I think it's the Helio processor. We have a front camera of 13 megapixels, dual rear camera 13 megapixels, and a 5 megapixel dual SIM. Now that's pretty cool in this type of device because it's not one of those cheesy little devices that takes 2 SIM cards. 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs on deck with expandable memory, but you'll only get to use 1 SIM card. And the 4,000 milliamp hour battery is one of the best features about this budget device. And you see the box, it says included is the data cable, a power adapter, type C to 3, no headphone jack. You see that? No 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. TPU case and a quick start guide. Pretty premium packaging too for a budget device. So we got the brick, and we have the data cable, type C USB, and even though you see the phone right here, still want to take this thing out the box so I can show you a little bit how they package this thing. Like I said, pretty premium packaging. This little tray, go right there. Quick start guide. Thank you, Pampered. Front and back cover, give you an idea of what the SIM tray looks like. So we're looking at, let's see, let's focus, there we go. Long SIM tray, 2 SIMs or 1 SD card and 1 SIM. This is the plastic bag and styrofoam that the case was in, which is on the phone right now. This is the little bag. I like this bag. It's actually a little quality to it. Branded. The SIM eject tool. You saw how long the tray was on that picture, so you can see this is longer than a standard SIM eject tool. The adapter, headphones, 3.5 millimeter jack. And that's it in the bag, in the box, shall I say. All right, let's get all this stuff put to the side. And okay, so like I said, it's been out for a little over a year now. And that was fingerprint scanner I touched back here, and it unlocked the device, of course. There's facial recognition. Let's see if I can get this thing to work behind the camera. Let's go ahead and turn the screen off. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna look down here and hit the power button, and that was not bad at all. So that's facial recognition. One of the biggest features on a budget phone that I found out and I haven't seen in the video is split screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let's say, open up Facebook. Then we're gonna hold down the recents tab and we're gonna open up Chrome. So that's split screen, pretty fluent, no issues. Let's get out of there. Let's close that, go home. I'm running Nova Launcher, and my service provider at the moment is T-Mobile. Can we get in there? And the service is pretty good. The phone feels great in the hand. This is what it looks like without the case. I do recommend some type of case because at moments it's really slippery depending on how your hands are. If your hands are a little clammy, you all right, but if you got like a smooth hand, ashy hands, it'll slide right out some ashy hands. That's the best way I can put it. I don't really know what to say. I'm wowed by this phone for it to be out for over a year and still getting the buzz that it's getting. So I definitely had to get my hands on one. They're $199 us.nuumobile.com. I'll leave that link in the description. I'm amazed, Android 8 and 64 gigs on deck, expandable memory. I got 1 SIM card and an 8 gig memory card in there just for the heck of it. Let's go ahead and see what the how can I do this? Let's see the default launcher, which is something called Launcher 3. So let's get out of here and go to launcher 3. And this is the stock launcher and icons. And you can see, you know, it's just, yeah, just like the, I like the Nova launcher customization, you know, and it doesn't take away from anything in the phone. You see, I got it set up with all my gestures and everything. So let's swipe up for my settings. But the default gestures in the system, let's see, swipe up to get the settings. You got system gestures, and these things come in handy. So I'm only using the two, slide 3 fingers down for the screenshot and slide to launch the camera. So, and speaking of camera, notice I can push this fingerprint button to go back. Well, if you hold it, if you press it once, it goes back. If you hold it, it brings up the recents tab, and that's just how I set it. Those are more of the fingerprint settings in the phone. But back to what was I just talking about here? Back to not fingerprint, system gestures. Now, slide to capture the screenshot, and you slide 3 fingers down and you get this. Now if you're on a long page, like I think the Galaxy was the first device I seen with the long scrolling screenshot stuff, this does that. So you can screenshot like a whole web page, and you know, it's nice. The messenger is nice in this phone. I'm not going to open my messages on camera though, but yeah, it's a pretty decent phone. Battery life is excellent. I've had this phone for about 6 or 7 days. Almost, it'll be 7 days tomorrow. And I've only charged it 3 times. It's been in service since I got it. It's unlocked. I just threw a SIM card in there. And I haven't really used Wi-Fi, so I've been running this thing through its courses. I've lasted a little over a day with 6 hours screen time. Close to 7 being my highest. But it's really a pretty good device. I mean, can't stress that enough for $200. So you can get you one, get your mom one. I mean, it's not as simple as an iPhone, and it's not as complex as a high-end Android device. So it's missing a few flagship features like water resistance, wireless charging, but that's nothing. I mean, $200 for this thing. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You click it, check it out for yourself, and I'm out of here. It's almost 8 minutes. I know y'all probably didn't even watch the whole video. I knew I should have only said this a decent phone and left. All right, thanks for watching. I'm out of here.